As we're getting into sports, BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything football. From the preseason NFL to college kicking off, BetOnline has every stat, every matchup, and even live odds and spreads while the games are being played. You think you know your stuff? Get into the winner-take-all $300,000 NFL Survivor pool for the upcoming season. When the game's over, head on over to our online casino and get a game of blackjack or poker run by with one of our over 150 slot games they have. Head to the website today and use promo code BLEAV, that's BLEAV, and get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here. Code BLEAV, capital BLEAV.
Yeah. Well, we'll bring you back for that, Frankie. Plug your stuff, your cigar line, everything you got going on.
Yeah, I mean, American Rebel Cigars still rolling. Go to stogiebird.com, put in American Rebel Cigars. We have everything in stock. Check it out. TNA's, like we were talking about earlier, I'm having a great time. We're putting on some great content. We have a really roster right now. It's the best show nobody's really talking about. So I'm having a blast there. And yeah, follow me on, Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it now.
Bro, that's always been TNA's problem, right? Because even when I was there, when I was there, like in 2018, and LAX was strong, and the Lucha Brothers were strong, and ADR was there, and that whole Morrison, all of that, and we were putting on some really good shows. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But nobody knew about it.
That's just it. And the good thing is, and everybody, from talent management, everybody's aware that is the issue, distribution, more eyes on the product,
But has it helped now that you got this relationship with NXT?
It certainly does. It puts more eyes on our product. That audience that was watching NXT that may or may have not been watching what we're doing is now at least keeping, a closer eye on it. And, just from like what my experience at NXT, like, that one show, like I got a lot of traction on my social media, and people are, that's the thing is people are aware. Like the minute I walked into that building, there's a TNA chance, and like people like TNA. They want to see more of it. That's just it is getting more eyes on the product. And that's something we're all, consistently working on. So that's being discussed internally. That's a high priority, from top to bottom in the company is getting, more eyes on the product.
Well, plus two, I like what Hunter had said about this, is that, there's no territories, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not on like the main, if you're not on WWE or AEW, right, and there are no territories, there's really nothing wrong with like these underneath companies working with each other just to give guys more work against different opponents than the people you're training with all the time. It's go ahead.
Exactly. Like what, again, going back to when, I can only speak from my experience when I went to NXT, and like I said earlier, I had a terrific time. Everyone treated me great, and they were saying like, NXT it's really is a well-oiled machine down there, but the one thing that they were saying they don't have is veterans.
Yeah.
So they're starting to kind of implement a little more. You got like Sean Spears that came back, and and Ego's there, and like, that's the only thing they don't have is you guys know this better than anyone. You're only going to you got to work with people better than you.
You got to work with more experienced guys. You're not going to you're not going to learn anything just scripting your matches in practice every day with the same people, just going over the same match with the same, working the same group of people.
Correct,
you learn by working new guys, them teaching, learning things because you haven't, you're going outside your box, So absolutely. So I never learned anything. Anybody, I never learned anything until I worked with like Tracy Smothers in a match, or like when I was on Indies, those guys that had been there. So
You guys remember like the early TNA days, like when I came in, I was like I had a pretty decent name on the Indies, and I kind of naively thought I have this figured out. Then I learned how to work on television, which is a whole different beast. And now I'm in there. We're working guys like Jerry Lynn and guys that are just like like craftsmen, like excellent performers, and like that's when I was like, oh, I don't have this figured out at all. I'm learning on the job a lot, but that helped me more than anything. Just working with the guys I was working with was fine, but like I was never going to get better.
That's like when I worked Tracy Smothers, it was him and another guy against me and a guy in a tag match, and it was I was fascinated because I was green, but I've been doing these for like a year and a half, right?
Yeah.
But I was just fascinated how Tracy Smothers, like even when he was on the apron, and like everybody would call the match in the ring, how this guy was like kind of directing the match by kind of like when he was on the apron, like telling the referee something. Hey, go tell the just like he was like a coach, you know, and like instructing people, and like you never really until you start doing that with guys on TV. You never really notice it because most of the guys were really good at it, you know, like talking and stuff, like But that was the the most fascinating thing. Like, how is this guy like know for everybody what to do and communicating to us? Like, so yeah, it was crazy. So,
and another problem is, like everyone, everybody works TV matches, and working a TV match is very different than say working a live event. A TV match, you got to hit, you have 12 minutes and you got to do a break, a commercial break with 3-minute squeeze break. You got to hit certain, on live events, house shows, whatever you want to call them, you have that freedom. You can, you have wiggle room, and you can ad lib a lot more. And that's just something that, you don't see on television. That's why I wish, like TNA, I wish we were afforded the luxury of being able to do house shows, because I think that would benefit the younger guys so much.
Right.
All right. So did you finish plugging your stuff, Frankie?
Yeah, that's it, man. Frankie Kazarian on Twitter, X, Frankie Kazarian official on Instagram. I post a lot of cigar pics. I, usually do a cigar of the day and, put over whatever company cigar I'm smoking. Smoking a lot of cigars in the summer. It's beautiful out here in SoCal. So I spend a lot of time out here, enjoying cigars when I'm off, when I'm not on the road. When I am on the road, I'm still smoking cigars. We got a good little crew cigar brothers at TNA now. Me and Eric Young have been smoking cigars together for a long time. But, Matt Cardona is now a brother of the Leaf. So is Brian Myers. We got a good little crew of guys. After the show, we find a spot outside the hotel. We post up. Guys bring their drinks. We bring our cigars, and we have a good time.
So you've got a cigar crew, and you probably have a crew.
Yeah, that's
I
it,
don't
man.
think any of those guys that you just mentioned, Cardona, Eric, or who was the other guy?
Brian Myers. Yeah,
I don't think any of them smoke.
Yeah, but there's the guys and gals that are the crews over there doing their thing. The drinking, we're all that, but we're all we're all conversing and having a good time and kind of in our own pockets and intermingling. It's cool, man. It's a great vibe. Same as like when you were there, Conan.
Yeah, I know. Every time I go back there, I love the dressing room vibe and the spirit.
Yeah.
I was there the day. Remember, we were watching a football game and you were going off on Taylor Swift.
And they just were showing her at nauseum. Yeah, that was the case.
Right. Yeah. And the dressing room was just so cool and very nice to me, and just very good vibes.
Man, we got such a I'm very protective of that locker room because we got such a great crew, and
you guys, like I know how important locker room chemistry is.
So I was just gonna say, man, like we've all been in so many different locker rooms,
toxic ones. Yeah,
it's not always like that. It's not. There's always usually like right now. There's everybody legitimately gets along. That's not just lip service. Everyone gets along. Usually there's that one guy or that crew of guys you're just don't really vibe with everyone else, but like everyone else has kind of the same. Everyone has the same goals. Everyone's cool. There's no egos other than mine. So like it's cool, man. I'm really digging it. Like I said, I don't take it for granted anymore, because I've been in locker rooms where it wasn't the case. It wasn't harmonious whatsoever.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.